First of all, Alhamdulillah Rabbil Alamin wa salatu wassalamu ala ashrafil anbiya wal mursalin wa ala alihi wa sahbihi ajma'in. Um, I would like first of all to thank our brothers in Indonesia for organizing this very interesting conference on BDS, and also our role, what we can do to help the struggle for Palestinian liberation. So, just an introduction. My name is Syed Ahmad Fathi. Fathi, you can call me Fathi. I'm representing Haluan, Malaysia. So, this is my first time, I think, meeting all of you virtually. From our brothers and sisters in Indonesia, Cambodia, Philippines, and also Bangsa Moro. Uh, um, okay, so my presentation will be on BDS in Malaysia and the struggle for Palestine liberation. I wanted to focusing on what can we do, because it's not enough for us just to be sad or um, just to um, make a dua. Although it's important, but we still need to do something to help our Palestinian brothers and sisters in their struggle for liberation. So I think this is, I think, the main component of our action that we can do to help ease the suffering of the Palestinian people. The first is the economic boycott. So there are several major companies that we can boycott. For example, in the tech side, we can avoid buying any laptops or equipment from Hewlett Packard (HP), because this company, they help directly in maintaining Israel apartheid and also genocide in Gaza. So they are the one that are supplying the um, capabilities, the computer and also the technological capabilities to ensure that Palestinians live in the inside the occupation. And from the sport wise, if you are playing sports and you are love to play football or anything, so you can avoid uh, brands such as Puma, because they also associated with the Israel Football Association. And in financial, um, we can avoid AXA, because this is the company that I think they funded the military equipment that are currently being used against our Palestinian people in Gaza and also in larger area in the West Bank. So apart from the economic boycott, actually the BDS movement, this I take from their website. We also can make other boycotts, such as cultural boycott, meaning that we deliberately avoid making any cultural ties with Israeli, even artist, writer, or any their cultural institution. So we should boycott not only their um, material products, we should also boycott their production, such as film or any songs that are related to their Israeli artists or their Israeli states. And after that, we also have an academic boycott, meaning that we don't have any ties with the academic institution in Israel, whether it's a university ties, research ties, or even, for example, if we are doing conferences, we should not invite their academician or their scholars to our university and also to our conferences. So this is to make sure that Israel as a state is isolated from the rest of the world, not only from the economic boycott, but also through the academic boycott and also cultural boycott. And then I think I also want to highlight, this is not, maybe not all NGOs can do this, but maybe for your information, there's also a group called Palestine Action that are active in the United Kingdom, in the UK. So they are not only boycotting, but they targeting physically. For example, the weapon manufacturer, they go to their factories and destroy the weapon in there and make uh, their factory to shut down so that it cannot produce the weapons to Israel. But I think in Malaysia or in Indonesia, we don't have any factory that are manufacturing weapon for Israel. But in certain countries, there are a weapon company that are uh, contributing to the Israeli genocide. And they have offices in Malaysia. Also, they have offices. I'm not sure in other countries, in Indonesia, in Bangsamoro, or in Cambodia. I'm not sure. But in Malaysia, we have some of the offices of this weapon manufacturer, such as Lockheed Martin, BAE System. I think this also should be targeted by our action, so that they know that they cannot operate in the country because they are supporting the genocide in Gaza. So this Palestine action is very active. You can follow them in Twitter. You can see what are their activities. They shut the banks that are supporting the Israeli genocide financially, such as Barclays Bank, Allianz, and also AXA. Recently, they also took these two sculpture of Heinz Weizmann, one of the founder of Israel. So they have the statue of Weizmann in I think Manchester University. So they broke in and they took away this Zionist sculpture. Um, okay, so I think one of the important things in talking about the Palestine struggle, I recently went to a a conference where I meet one of the activists that go to Palestine in the months of May. So they are organizing doctors from Malaysia, doing some medical assistance to the Kuwaiti hospital inside Gaza in May. So he said that if you go inside Gaza right now, most of the Gazan, they are not sad like us. They are not sad. They are crying every day. No, they are not like that. What they think is that they have a great faith that they will win this war. So actually, inside Gaza, it's not sadness, uh, but actually they are very full of high spirit to win the war. So I think it's very important that we also um, promote that narrative, that we are not only have to be sad for the Palestinian people, but we also need to spread the narrative of resistance. So that is why one of my books that I wrote this year is Resistance Sudah Berbunga. This is written in Malay. So maybe people in Bangsamoro or Cambodia who not speaking or reading Malays, but I think in the Indonesian people, we share the common language, although there are some variation, and I think we can understand each other because I also sometimes read Indonesian books. Um, and also, before I wrap my talk, I also want to invite people, youth, and also the participant of this conference. If you have any articles or you have any writings about Palestine or you want to spread awareness, I'm also the editor of the independentinsight.com. So there are many Indonesian students and siswa. They send article to me to publish in our website. For example, this one is from Mansurni Abadi. I think it's also a student from Indonesia. He sent an article about Gaza, and then we publish them in our website. So if you have any articles that you want to publish, want to spread awareness about this struggle for Palestinian liberation, you can ping me or you can send it to me. I will be happily publish your article in our website. And apart from that, I also do some war analysis in Substack. So if anyone interested in that, you can also follow me on Substack. But mainly the writing will be in Malay language. So I think that's all from me from Malaysia. So I'm thankful and honored to be having a space to talk with you tonight. Thank you, our brothers and sisters in Hidayatullah in Surabaya, for organizing this, and thank you also our brothers and participants from other countries such as Cambodia, Bangsamoro, for having a session tonight. So thank you.
Okay, thank you, brother, for the insight from the side of Malaysian people. And
Dah.
to all participants, we have heard about the perspective from other country, from our friends. And first, we have from Indonesia, we have Mr. Paru, and he's been saying about hypocrite word about what happened, the response word about what happened in Ukraine and to what happened in Palestine. That's very different response, and after that we got insight from our brothers from Philippines, from Samoro, about having doing a little help, not effort to big help to Palestine, and despite they are being minority in their country, they still put the effort to show support to Palestine. And for Cambodia, we have heard about how if we Southeast Asian countries combine our people and do the BDS movement, we can imagine how impactful this movement to pressure Israel to take their shoulder from Palestine. And thank you to our speaker for this insightful presentation. We will now open the question, and for our participant, if you wanna raise up your question, you can raise up your hand by clicking the emoji below. And for participant who don't want to open the mic, then you can take your question on the box chat. We have a question from our, if I'm not mistaken, this is our sister, Paradise MZ. She said, can you tell us again what is the name that we can follow you, brother from Malaysia?
Um, I will write in chat. I'm the editor of Independent Insight. I will provide the link there, and also my link on the war analysis in Substack. Is that what the question is about, or I also available in Facebook and in Twitter if that you want to follow me also. Yep.
Yes, please, brother, if you don't mind, put your information on the chat box because I really interesting about what you do in
Yes, yes.
Substack. And okay, we have a question from Brother Raden.
Okay, thank you very much, Masya Allah. Thank you very much to all presenters. And of course, I agree that we have to always campaigns about the Palestinians. And also, I always imagine that when we come in hereafter and the Palestinian people, the children of Gaza, come to us and say that thank you when the whole world forgetting about us, but you didn't. This is so triggered me to always speak about Palestinians. And yeah, I wanna ask about, like, are there any narrative in your country, guys, like opposite to this BDS movement? And if so, how did it happen? Like in Indonesia, there are many fake accounts. We call it buzzer, who always create a narrative that this movement is so bad because it create many employees being laid off. So, is there something like this in your country, guys? Maybe you can tell us a little about this. Thank you very much.
And for the question, I suppose it for every representative to answer the question. How about it, brother? I would like to hear from three representatives, which is from Malaysia, Cambodia, and Bangsa Mauritius. Answering brother Adin question, please.
Okay, can you repeat again the question? I
Yeah,
didn't
I
get the question.
repeat again.
Okay, I repeated. My question is: are there any narratives in your country, guys, that opposite this BDS movement? If so, it happens. Like in Indonesia, there are many fake accounts. We call it a buzzer, who always create narratives that this BDS movement is bad because it create many employees being laid off. Because we boycott the product and the company lay off.
Yeah. I think same in Malaysia. There are some people's that saying that the boycott movement is not effective. The boycott movement is not good enough to help the ease the suffering. But I think that is the minimum things that we can do lah for now. But in term of the BDS movement is not effective, I think that is not factual, because if you see the major trends in companies that are investing in Israel, for example, Starbucks, uh, McDonald, all their stock shares fell down. Their margin of profit went down. They don't even have a revenue. They are in loss for the last years. So I think it's very effective in term of effectiveness. In term of, I think, job wise, I think yes, there will be some short term pain in the local labor market, but in the long term, actually, it will make people more aware that we should work in the companies that are not uh have ties with Israel and the American that are helping Israel doing the genocide. So maybe yes, in the short term, they will have some people that lose their job, but in the long term, I think it will create a more sustainable ecosystem that we are aware that some companies we should not be working with, or we should we should be actually establishing other companies that can substitute the companies that are currently have a relationship with Israel. That is my opinion from Malaysia side.
Okay, Assalamualaikum again. So from Cambodian side, I never hear about that, which is a narrative. But I saw a lot of people in Cambodia, they support Israel out of Muslim community, especially Buddhist community. They start support Israel, even on the social media. And in terms of boycotting the product of Israel, and there are some some big company in Cambodia as well. So it also affect to Israel side. If we boycott, it also can affect to Cambodian side, because Cambodia is developing country. So yeah, all of us consider as a developing country, but Indonesia and Malaysia is at another level higher than Cambodia. So Cambodia is